Hello, just thought I'd make this quick guide on this new quality of life feature that came out this update, and some of you may not even realize it existed, unless of course you watched the live stream, because it's not exactly in your face, and just you may go around playing the whole game and never even realize it existed. So yeah, it's in the data bank, press this button, echo management, and all of this will be empty for you. And you can of course go ahead and make your own presets, but you can press this button suggestion and the game will just give you some pretty good default settings. So the logic behind this is going to edit mode here. If the echo is a 5-star, is a 4 cost, and part of any of these Sonata effects, and has a crit rate or crit damage main stat, then the echo will be auto-locked. And the same applies here, 5-star, 4 cost, rejuvenating, healing bonus. Same applies here, cost 3, 5-star, any of these sets. I made a change here, I'll go into it later, and glacier damage, and yeah, so on, so forth. And of course here as well, cost 1 echo. I actually have a small suggestion here. For some reason they didn't include some of these, but I would recommend just ticking all of these, apart from this one, because that one's horrible. But yeah, every single one of these, because they're all pretty useful, so that's the one suggestion I have with the default settings. Same goes here for the auto discard settings. Suggestion apply, and I'll give you all of these by itself. Now I'll just go through some of the small changes that I made personally to my account. So for example, in the Moonlit set, I currently only use it for my Yinlin and some Glacier characters. So I went into the Glacier damage cost 3 here in the auto lock settings, and I made sure that if it's a Moonlit and it has a Glacier damage main stat, then that will also be auto locked. Same goes here, electro damage, moonlit, electro, and that will also be auto-locked. So for example, if you have a Mortefi, you would go into Fusion. These are preset made for you. Go into here, add, click moonlit, and then you would save that, but I don't use Mortefi, so I'm not going to do that. And down here, I decided to make my own, and I decided to make it clear by calling it me, cost 3 energy, since that wasn't any of the ones preset. So if it's a 5-star, it's a 3 cost, part of rejuvenating or tidebreaker, and has a main stat of energy regen, because this is for my healers and this is for Brant, then this will also be auto locked. And now on the auto discard settings, I also have my own ones here. For example, me, cost 3 energy. This is one I made, so 5-star, cost 3, rejuvenating tidebreaker. And if it's any of these main stats, then it will be auto discarded, because I don't use any of these main stats for these sets. And I made another one here. For some reason they didn't auto give you cost 1s. I don't know why, but I made one here, cost 1. If it's any of this set and has a HP or defense main stat, then it will also be auto discarded. Next we have this one called me, cost 1 HP. So if it's a 5-star, 1 cost, rejuvenating or windward, and if it has a defense main stat, then it will be auto discarded. This is because I actually need a HP and an attack main stat for both these sets, because I decided to use this set on my Aero Rover, and this set obviously for Verena. And this is obviously a useless set, so I decided to name this one Lingering Tunes. And if it has literally anything, I'm just going to auto discard it because it's just a shit Sonata. And obviously the Moonlit set, like I mentioned earlier, I only need Glacio and Electro, so if it's anything other than that, then it will be auto discarded. Now a quick thing to note, obviously you have to click this to actually apply the settings. You have to go one by one and click this, and these settings only apply to echoes you get from here on out. So anything that you currently have in your backpack will not get auto locked or auto discarded. However, if you do want to use these settings on echoes you currently have in your backpack, all you have to do is just go through each one of these, click on backpack, and then it will show you everything that applies to these presets. Now all you have to do is click select all, lock, and yeah, you can just go around and do all of these for each one. Same thing applies here, auto discard. For example, cost 3 fusion, I'll go into my backpack, select all, they're already discarded, so it says undiscard, but if there are nothing here, then you just press discard. Also, one thing to note here is I have a arrow main damage in the rejuvenating glow set being auto locked, but also auto discarded at the same time in this preset that I made here. This is because I'm just trying to get some rejuvenating glow pieces for my arrow rover in the background, but I don't have to worry about these things being discarded because it says here that the lock will take priority. This just means that as long as my auto X settings are good to go and as good as can be, I don't have to worry about accidentally discarding something with these settings. And one more thing, if your account is pretty low level, I'd recommend just disabling this because you'd actually want some 2, 3, and 4 star echoes, and you don't want them being discarded. And eventually once you reach a high enough level, you can turn this back on because they'll just eventually become junk to you. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully this was helpful, and thanks for watching.